Question number 7, the Honourable Shane Jones.
Mr. Speaker, to the Minister for Economic Development. Does he agree that New Zealand is operating as a two-speed economy in the regions, given that unemployment in Northland is 10%, 8% in the Bay of Plenty and 8.4% in Gisborne, Hawke's Bay?
Order.
Mr.
Honourable
Speaker,
Stephen Joyce.
and I welcome the member for his maiden question in
Order.
the portfolio.
If the Minister would please answer the question.
Mr. Speaker, no, I don't agree with the member. However, there's no doubt that there are regional variations across New Zealand when it comes to the unemployment rate, as there always has been. What is interesting, I think the member does raise an interesting point, is that places like Southland, which has an unemployment rate of around 3.5% and an employment rate of 71.5%, and Taranaki, which has an unemployment rate of 5.5% and an employment rate of 69%. They have said yes to many development opportunities in those regions and to taking their economic opportunities. So for places like Northland, which has an unemployment rate, as the member points out, of 10%, and an employment rate of a very low 54.3%, and the East Coast, which has an unemployment rate of 8.4% and an employment rate of 61%, it's important that we all redouble our efforts to take advantage, and that the regions do, of all their economic opportunities.
Supplementary question, the Honourable Shane Jones.
Sir, to the Minister, what does he propose the 1 in 10 Northlanders unemployed do, given that it may be decades, if at all, before any benefits from oil and gas are seen, given his sole response to Northland's poor performance in Moby's RIA report was to back oil and gas?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I'm sorry, the member may not have read this report, actually, because it has a number of initiatives in it in regards to what is really quite a comprehensive plan for development in Northland. I'm happy to record them for the House, given the member has obviously not read it. Firstly, he mentions the oil and gas, but there's also the mineral exploration that is going on up there. There's the aquaculture development that NIWA is sponsoring at Bream Bay. Of course, we have the Northland Polytechnic focusing on skills for the region. We have treaty settlements in the north that the Honourable Minister Finlayson is working on, which is a very important part of the North's development. We have the ultra-fast broadband that is being done with North Power and Whangarei. We have the rural broadband initiative that's continuing around the region. We have the Māori trades training, where there's been a big increase in investment in the budget with help from the Māori Party. And of course there's the Pūhoi to Wellsford Road of national significance, which links that region with the largest city in the country just to the south of it, and which of course the Labour Party opposes.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary to the Minister. Given his exhaustive reading of his RIA report, is the reason, and does he agree, that higher unemployment in the North Island is because there's too many Maoris and Pacific Islanders living there?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
No, I think that would, frankly, it's a trivial suggestion in relation to the variations in employment that occur around the country. What is important to note is that the unemployment in the South Island is significantly lower than North Island at this point. It often is, but right now the margin of difference between the two islands is actually at reasonably unprecedentedly large levels, which means that we would expect to see more people moving to the South Island to take up opportunities. Now, partly that is the primary sector, partly that is the high-tech manufacturing sector, particularly around Christchurch and Dunedin, and partly it is, of course, the Christchurch rebuild. But I think it is really a case of significant opportunities in the South Island South Island at the moment, and I think many people will be examining their opportunities in that island.
Point of order.
Sir, the question was straightforward. Does he agree with his own RIA report that there are too many Māoris and Islanders in the North Island, and that's why unemployment is bad, from his own report?
Order, but the Minister very adequately addressed that question. A further supplementary.
To the Minister, is he aware of his ministry's target of having Māori median weekly income equal to the national median by 2040? If so, does he believe 27 years until Māori get to have their brighter future under this government is an acceptable timeframe?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Speaker, I'm not specifically aware of the stat the member raises. However, I would point out to the member that this government has had in the context of what is an ongoing disparity of income between Māori and Pacifica and the rest of New Zealand, which goes back, well, frankly, probably 100 years, that this government has been working very hard over the last 4 and a bit years to improve outcomes for Māori and Pacifica, and just one in my own portfolio is the very significant improvements in tertiary qualifications and completions in both Māori and Pacifica, which we are all very proud of.
He's no good, Jones.
A point of order, Honourable Shane Jones.
Sir, the question related to Māori statistics. Why is this minister so afraid to talk about his treatment of Māori statistics?
Order. The minister very adequately addressed the question that was asked. Question number 8. Point of order, Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Speaker, I seek leave to table this regional economic activity report to assist the member with
It's available to every member. Honourable Kate Wilkinson, question number 8.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Justice.